Hello there everyone, it's Annika here, and today I am just having fun creating all kinds of backgrounds using alcohol ink. This is messy, fun, utterly, fabulously, ridiculously nice way to spend an afternoon. Now, first of all, I am no expert whatsoever when it comes to alcohol inks. I know nothing. I am just a crafter that likes colour, and I like trying new things, so why not? Now, this first one I am using purplish colours and one pearl because I want that little shine. And I am trying, well, new to me kind of a method of blending alcohol inks by using isopropanol. Now, I've seen many crafters use this and make the most stunning creations. And I absolutely love this method. As you can see, I'm getting quite messy. That's okay, I can always clean up. Or at least I hope so. But this makes the colour flow oh so beautifully, and it actually creates a softer version of the alcohol inks, which I really like. And like I mentioned before, I have no idea what I'm doing. I am just playing, adding colour, adding more alcohol, and then just using this ever so fabulous tool by Holtz so I can blend stuff. And like I said, I'm just having fun. This is so much fun. Love it. And I will be creating a bunch of backgrounds, but I'm only going to be showing you several of them. Now here I have another set of background, and for this one I took out the pearl color and used a red alcohol ink, and I used gilded alloy. I just love how the alloys play with all these different colors and air and mixing, and just love it. And as you can see, I am splattering things all over the place. It is very messy, but fun. So like I said, there's no rhyme or reason to anything that I'm doing here. I am just adding colour and mixing it with alcohol and blowing it left and right and all over the place. Just having fun. And then what happened with how the colours are mixing, or how it looks really, I decide to add the alloy to the mix. And I just love how they react. Oh, it is so much fun. And I just mix and mix and mix and mix until I think I'm happy. And what I love about the fact is that you think a background is going to turn out one way, and it might just go a complete U-turn. And I think I'm quite happy with where I'm at the moment. So all I need to do is to stop, which can be quite hard. And then I wanted to create another one. This is all different kinds of blues, and I'm adding a lot of isopropanol on the background first, and then the alcohol markers, and that made the colors flow, well, like water really. And I really like how that turned out. That background is really soft, kind of dreamy as well. And just look how that, oh, just love watching it. The way it mixes and stuff keeps on moving. Oh, love it. And here I'm using silver alloy for the mix, which adds quite a lot to it. And I do love that shine. I am a sucker for everything that shines or glitters. I can't stop. And as you can see, my glass mat is getting quite messy. But as Tim Holtz mentions, you just clean it up with hand sanitizer and everything's ready for your next assignment. I love that. Here I am just trying to pick it up without losing everything to the sides, because this one is quite wet. And then I wanted to give another one a go, and these ones are all yellowish soft, so I'm adding them in a line. I thought, why not try that? And this alcohol ink is from Couture Creations, and it has glitter in it. Yes, people, it is alcohol ink with glitter. That is just perfection. I love it. So this became quite the sunny kind of a background, and oh so sparkly. Absolutely love it. I mean, alcohol ink and glitter, there's nothing more perfect. Alright, so now I let these just dry overnight. I mean, there's no need they'll dry before that, but I just let them be. So this is the one that I used the blues on. And I use silver blue, stream, cloudy blue, and then sterling alloy. I really like the shine to it, really like watery kind of thing. And then this is the one with the purple, two purples and one red, and then I use the gilded alloy. This looks so good. Ooh. And then this is the purple one. I used, which ones? Plum, Eggplant, and then Deception Pearl. So the shine on this is from the pearl. Really like that. Beautiful, subtle shine. Here's the yellow one, two different kinds of yellows, and the cappuccino from Couture Creations. So it had the glitter within the alcohol ink. I hope you can see that if I tilt it. I absolutely love this effect. This is so much fun. And here are some I had done earlier. These are all different kinds of greens, 3 different kinds of greens, and gilded alloy. And here I have, didn't use the alloy, I used the sterling alloy, and then Villainous Pearl and Fiesta. So it's both pearl and alloy, so it's really shiny. And here I used purples, and I believe, yes, the cappuccino one as well, with glitter. And then here is another one with the, I used the angelic from what's it called? Couture Creations. And then an even softer one with Couture Creations, the angelic one, and just really soft pinkish colours. Oh, these are all done on a Yupo paper. And then greens and alloy. And another set of orangey ones. And the cappuccino. And then this collection of greens, and I do believe, yes, the cappuccino as well. So now I'm going to turn these, maybe not all of them, but some of them into cards. I may die cut, stamp, whatever. I'm just going to have fun. So I'm starting with the first one, and I have arranged these alpha dies from scrapwood.com to spell out the word ferming. Ferming is an Icelandic word meaning confirmation. So I'm just creating a card for my daughter or anyone else that will be attending their confirmation in church during Easter. So now I used the mint tape to align them as straight as I could. Now I'm trying to be as precise as I can, but I'm not being too nitty gritty. I usually ish stuff, so I guess that the words are straight-ish. And I'm using my magnetic platform, which I always use in my big shots, along with the magic mat from scrapwood.com. Fantabulous combination. I still get to use the magnet part of the platform, and the mat makes the cutting part ever so smooth and easy. I decided to run it twice just for good measure, and here we have it die cut. It cuts all the way through. Now this is Yupo paper Heavystock, so this is quite a thick one. So I'm just trying to be as gentle as I can while I punch these letters out from the background. Now that's all done, I wanted to add a backing to the word. So I used some of my leftover silver cardstock, and I used the 1/8 inch double-sided adhesive from scrapwood.com to make sure that they were all covered. Now I did make a wee bit of a mistake. Now when I'm doing this, I should have added tape to the flaps, meaning the ones of the E and of the M and the N. I completely forgot about that, but I will fix that in a wee bit. So don't do what I did. I mean, I fixed it, but if I had done this from the get-go, I wouldn't have had to. So here I am fixing the ones that I missed. So I am gently pulling those parts away from the glitter paper and just adding a little strip of the same adhesive onto the glitter cardstock, and then just sticking that part down because I don't want things to fall apart. Takes a bit of time, but worth it. And now I'm just filling in the gaps of the G and the E. And since I want to keep this card quite clean, I decided to add a bit of dimension. And the best way to do that is to use foam adhesive. You can use any width that you have. This is the 1 inch width, and I just went to town and covered the whole background. And as you might have guessed, this is a Slimline card. And I'm just peeling off the backing and then sticking the image to the card base itself. And the card base for this Slimline is also from scrapwood.com, and this is the the heavier cardstock, 110 I believe it is. Just reinforcing that fold with the bone folder, and I still want to keep this card very clean and crisp. So I am only adding a bit of jewels here and there for a bit more sparkle, but not really taking anything away from the background itself, because I do want that to be the star of the show. And I'm just picking the gems that I want to use, and I'm using a Marvy pick tool, to help me along. And the glue I'm using for the jewels is Avery liquid adhesive. I like that for the jewels and rhinestones because it is, I don't know, it's not too runny, but it's not too thick either, and I can create the exact amount of drop that I need. There's no rhyme or reason to where I'm adding the rhinestones to here and there until I am happy with how they look. And I do have a hard time when it comes to rhinestones and sequins and stuff. It's difficult to stop, but I do end up stopping eventually. I just like things that sparkle. And that is the card finished. And as I say, stopping is difficult, as you can see. And now I want to create a second card because I had already die cut the word Flamingo or confirmation before, so I'm using the letters themselves. I already cut down a piece of cardstock in a solid white, which is a bit smaller than the card base itself, and the stem set from scrapbook.com, which is called Fresh Florals and Berries. I do believe it's been discontinued, but I absolutely love it. I just love these large florals and the smaller ones. So I wanted to create a kind of a frame, I guess. So I am just stamping some of the images and having them coming from the outside into the background. Since the alphas are quite colourful, I don't want them to compete with anything else, so I thought these stamps would look good as a frame because they are a softer pink and they can be like a frame to the whole sentiment of the card. And the Misty really helps with that part. I just love it. I couldn't live without my Misty. And moving along, I'm almost done with the whole stamping. And when I'm finished with that, I need to make sure where I want my sentiment to be, and I'm thinking centered-ish. And I do want to make sure that the words are not completely wonky. So I'm trying to figure out the best way to add them, and then I do need a bit of a ruler to guide me. I'm not being too fussy about it. I mean, it's going to be straightish. It is a handmade card, so things won't be perfect, but the ruler does help a little bit, so I don't mess things all together. And the mint tape, love it, helps me align things. Now I noticed that some of the M and the I and the N are a bit wonky, but I'm trying to figure out how best to move them, but in the end the best way is to keep them on the tape and just use your nails, and you can just turn them here and there until they look a wee bit better. And like I said, I'm not looking for perfection. It's okay that things aren't perfect, because let's just be honest, nobody is. And I am using the Smart Glue from scrapbook.com to stick the letters to the background, and I'm adding glue ever so lightly, and then I'm tapping with my finger to make sure there won't be getting any oozing of the glue underneath. And then I just need to pick it up and place it centered-ish as possible, on the background itself. And I am leaving the G till last because that will be going well halfway beneath the ruler, so I'll leave that till last. So I'm just peeling the mint tape off ever so slowly, making sure that I don't rip the alphas with the tape, and it seems to be working quite nicely. Really happy about that. And now, since you are using liquid adhesive, you will have some time to move things around a wee bit, so you can try to make things look a tiny bit better, which I did. And now I'm just adding the finishing touch to the I and then G. And the word Flamingo will be ready. Or confirmation. Just making sure I don't have too much glue everywhere. And that is the word ready. Now this is also a clean and simple card, and I'm doing as I did before, adding oodles of foam tape to the back. I love foam tape, absolutely adore it. And again, this is the 1 inch width one. Of course you can use any width, whatever you have on hand. And here I'm actually just cutting it down to my needs really. So if you have 1 inch or 2 inch width, you can always cut it down to tiny little pieces, just whatever fits your need. I just love that. And I love everything dimensional, so I have a lot of foam tape. And it is just a fun element. Makes any clean and simple card look like so much more just because you add a bit of depth to it. And I just have this little bin or a jar really, where I keep some of the bits so they won't be floating around my desk. Sorry, the mat gets in the way there for a bit. And again, I'm just centering-ish it. I'm not measuring, I'm just eyeballing. And then again, I use the jewels to add a bit of bling, because like I mentioned before, I do love all things shiny. And yes, I need to learn how to stop, well, or something. And just adding them here and there, no rhyme or reason. And the Marvin pick tool does help quite a lot. The same method as before, just adding shine here and there, no rhyme or reason, just anywhere around the sentiment itself. And that's about it. That's a card done really. 2 cards done using one of the backgrounds that I created. I will be using the other backgrounds for all kinds of cards, but I won't bore you with that in this video. This is 25 minutes, so I think it's long enough. So here are some photos for you to have a closer look at, and I will have links to everything down below. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope I catch you on the next video. Bye!